2024. What a year. I just want to share a little bit about the music I got to be a part of this year and a little bit about what I have planned for 2025 and the future. So, if you've been following along, this will be a lot of review, maybe a little bit of new information, but if you haven't, it's a nice summary of what you missed, or if you're a new fan, welcome. So, beginning of the year, I released an album called Anemoia, which was a project I'd always wanted to do based on the dreamcore liminal aesthetic. And to my surprise and delight, it's done very well for a project I've gotten to be a part of. The song Frutiger Arrow, which is one of my favorites off the album, a lot of people all over the world have shared that song and used that song in a lot of reels and TikToks and YouTube stories. So that's been super cool to see. So I'm super grateful for that from a success standpoint, but also just creatively. Like I took the album art with an old 90s film camera, and it was a very intentional and concise album. Next was a song called Think of Me. That song was a weird song for me because I knew that it would do well, even though I wasn't crazy about it. I liked the words, I liked the core of the song, but the production and my vocals on it, I wasn't super crazy on because it was in a busy season and I was stressed and overworked. And so I was keeping to a schedule at that time and I still wanted it to come out, but I made peace with the fact that it was like, it's not mine anymore and it's time to move on to other projects, other songs. But it was still fun to do. It was just probably my most stressful release of this year. And then I had Push and Pull, which was like vaporized remix versions of Think of Me. And then I took a little break. So I didn't release any music until June. And that was actually probably my favorite song outside of Anemoia. My favorite single, I guess, which is It's Over Kid. The song meant a lot to me because I did the majority of it in one day. I really liked the production of the song, but I finished it in a coffee shop in Santa Ana, California, and it was really cool because I had found this old video clip of me and my sister playing, and I added it into the track as just atmosphere and ear candy. Then for Geovox, I didn't release anything for a while. I did get out a song for the other project I'm a part of called Sour Taffy, which was super cool, called Gone Planet, with my friend Nathan. That's actually one of my favorite songs we had written, but it was written in 2022, so it's just been kind of sitting on the shelf for a while because of the music video, which is actually one of my favorite music videos we've ever done. So if you haven't checked it out, this is your warning. No, it's kidding. That song is probably my favorite re-released this year under that. And then I need to recap because it's been a minute. I think next was You Bring the Light, which was a Geovox track, which originally was going to be like a bonus track on my upcoming album, but I was like, this just doesn't fit it, and a bonus track doesn't necessarily have to fit, but it was just too out there, which I still wanted to release, and it's very short, very simple, and I really liked the track, but it was just like, I'm going to release this as a single. I was at a weird season of life of like, if things work out in the next few weeks, my life's going to change drastically, and so it was just, I guess, an encouraging song, and just, but at peace, no matter which way my life goes, it's gonna be okay, and how it's supposed to be. And then next song was a song called Undead Soul, which I did with my friend Micaiah, and that was one of the funnest times I've had filming a music video. It was me and him, and it was like that point where it's like at first you're starting and it's kind of like, oh, I'm tired, and then you reach that point where it's like starts to get exciting after like an hour or two of filming, and maybe it's because you're so tired and you've reached past exhaustion. But he had come out here to Nashville to hang out, and he had never been, so it was a blend of like seeing my friend, showing him places he had never been before, and then finishing the song, recording the song, and doing the video all in like a couple days, which was really exciting and exhausting. I feel like this year was so diverse with all the projects I got to be a part of, like, but that was a very new wave, dark wave, 80s club scene kind of song, which is definitely more his vibe, but I got to sing differently than I normally would and do things differently than I would. And then I released Stuck, which was a song that was an old song, also going to be a bonus track originally on my album, and it was at that period of like, not sure which direction my life is going to go. That was more, I guess, the darker one. Like the one You Bring the Light was more the it's okay, whereas Stuck is like, I'm really anxious about this. That song was an older song. I think it was 2021 or 2022, but it was a song I'd done all in one day, but it just sat on my computer and I never finished mixing it. And like, I remember when I wrote that song, I was like, I'm going to do everything tonight. I'm going to write everything, record everything, and what it is what it is. And that's what it was, aside from like just the finalizing, the mixing and master. That was my last song for Geovox. And then me and my friend did a live 2-cassette performance for Sarah Taffy for our song Witch Doctor we had released in 2022, which was a really cool experience. But doing it to cassette was really cool because the live performance of like, there was no overdubs. What it was is what it was, including the camera footage. But it was kind of something we had always talked about, but we finally got around to doing it. And then November, we released a song I wrote the majority of in 2022 called Drinking Joe that we've performed live as Sarah Taffy, but we never actually released a studio version of it. Then the only other thing that I guess I'll talk briefly, did a couple collabs, not much. Normally I do a remix or two a year. Did none this year. I did do a co-write though with my friend Brian Allison, country folk artist. I really love the song though. It's a more pop oriented song for him that we wrote with our friend Cole. He produced it. That song also came out in November. And then on December 6th, my friend Adam, who's our drummer for Sarah Taffy, released his solo album with his band called Drone Collective, which is very ambient drone math rock, like this whole fusion of stuff. Really, really cool stuff, unique stuff. With that project, I assisted a little bit with some mixing work kind of near the end of the project. And then the last thing I got coming for y'all is December 30th. It's actually a song that's going to be on my album, my upcoming album. It's called A Love Letter to Life that I wrote with my friend Christian. It's a cheesy song, and I'm okay with that. I'm embracing the cheesiness going forward, being myself a lot more. I really like this song, especially the end. It progresses to kind of this outro solo section that I really love. It's different than anything I've done before, I feel, but still holds that character. The whole upcoming album, I feel, is like that, but I'm excited for that to come out for y'all. And I think that's the last thing coming out this year that I'm a part of. So it was a healthy amount of stuff I got to be a part of this year. I'm really excited for 2025. I've been working so hard on this album for so long, and I'm really excited to get it out. I'm planning to release 2 more songs off the album additionally in January, 2 in February, and then just kind of progress like that. Stick to a loose schedule, but not kill myself. I want to be happy with the project and the work. And I'm hoping to do a couple more collabs next year now that the album will be finishing up and all, because I pushed a lot of that work on the back burner with just trying to focus on this album because it's a project I've always wanted to do. And so, and I at a point where it's like, I'm excited about it. I do want it to come out. I'm very proud of what it's going to be, but I'm also at the same time super excited to get on to other projects that are older that haven't been finished, and also writing new stuff and getting more new stuff out as well for Geovox and Sarah Taffy, and who knows, maybe other stuff, co-writes, remixes, all that kind of stuff. So I'm super happy and blessed that I get to create music that people listen to. It is surreal and mind-boggling sometimes, but super grateful for that and for y'all. And yeah, here's to 2025. Thanks for being here with me in 2024, or if you're new, welcome. And yeah, got a vocal album for 2025 that's the main focus, and hoping to release a little like EP that's another kind of Anamoya Dreamcore liminal project that I'll talk more about at some point. But right now the focus is this vocal album. 13 tracks, maybe some physicals, we'll see.